You're watching The News Edge, Early Edition.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Thank you so much for joining me and choosing Fox 26. Welcome to your News at 6. I'm Anthony Antoine. Well, a bride says she is out more than $50,000 after showing up to her wedding venue on the day of her rehearsal to some locked doors and no one answering the phone. Our Abigail Dye dug into the story and found out just how deep this rabbit hole goes.
Welcome to Charleston Lane in Willis, Texas. It's gorgeous out here, a dream wedding venue, and it's priced that way too.
It was around $54,000.
That's Cindy, a bride who booked the place and showed up here last Friday for rehearsal the day before her wedding.
When we all got there, we found the front door was chained up. Nobody was answering the front door. I kept calling like more than 10 times. He's not answering his phone.
Completely ghosted, completely disappeared. I mean, seriously, I was in tears with my bride.
At that time, that's when my heart kind of just sunk and realized that, we've been tricked.
Cindy had to move her wedding in 24 hours. Charlize, her wedding planner, says she's had clients lose money to the same man in 2023.
The couple want to get the refund back, but he just disappeared.
I picked up the check, I went back home and cashed on the money, but that's an empty check. The fraud check.
You filed a lawsuit and they just essentially couldn't find the guy.
He's still on me $1,500.
And taking a look at some of the online reviews, post after post tells similar stories. But this place now has a new owner. He says he bought it on May 6th.
I found out that this property was available and it was due to the tenant not paying his rent. He got an eviction letter and he was evicted from the property.
We also learned that, has not been paying rent for the past couple of months.
Garcia says he has no information from the previous tenant about the weddings or current contracts.
I have never talked to the guy.
I'm not reporting the previous tenant's name because no criminal charges are filed. But after some online digging, I found that there's an entire podcast dedicated to his alleged activities.
It's been shocking to me how long Charleston Lane has operated, considering the podcast came out in October 2023. Millions of people have listened to this show.
Justin Sales is the host. He alleges he knows this person involved and has tracked him for years through several states.
When I learned all the things that were happening, I just thought it became so important to try to spread the word as far as we could.
I just want him to be caught. I just don't want him to be okay thinking that I tricked you, I moved on, you moved on. No, I'm still gonna fight. I tried to get a hold of this previous tenant, and the brides have been trying that too, but to no avail. If you know anyone who's booked with Charleston Lane, send them this story on Fox Local because they have to know this information. This venue will now have a new name, and you can find that information on this story on fox26houston.com. For Fox 26 News, I'm Abigail Dye.